check this out. How awesome is this? Now, this has got to be my greatest ever eBay purchase. I've been looking for one of these for ages, and I thought, let's try and get a broken one and see if we can fix it up. Now, I was expecting to pay 30, 40 quid for this, mate. I don't know, because as far as I can tell, these things go for quite a few quid when they're working. Now, what I paid for this, are you ready? 99 pence. 99 pence. Now, unfortunately, the listing was that long ago, I can't get in it anymore. So I can't really remember what the listing actually said, but within the title itself, it says not fully working. So I don't know what the problem is. It's going to be as much of a surprise to me as it is to you. But just look at this thing. I mean, it's in really good condition. It's still got the original sticker on it. It's got all the rubber seals are still intact. You know, there's a couple of like surface scratches on it, but there's not a lot at all, really. Clasp still works. All looks nice and clean inside. It really is a superb looking item. And not only that, check out the headphones, proper sports headphones with it as well. Okay, so I've just looked on eBay at some of these that are working. Check out these prices. $199.99 the top one. It's basically the same one, I think. 75 quid. That looks like a slightly different one. This one is £100, £200, £400. I think you get the idea. So for 99 pence, plus postage, I can't remember what the postage was, but it wasn't a lot. It's such a fantastic... I just hope I can get it working. So let's give it a go. Let's give it a test. Let's open it up, pop some batteries in. Now, I haven't tried this yet. I've literally just taken it out of the packaging. And this is the first time I'm going to try it. So how do we put the batteries in? That one goes that way. Oh, I can actually see a tiny bit of corrosion. So there's some corrosion inside there. The other side looks okay. I mean, it's not bad. There's only a little bit. But let's try it anyway. Let's try the batteries in it. That one goes in that way. And that one goes in that way. There we go. Right, so there's no, oh, hang on. What? Okay. So it comes on. This is no disc. Let's try and pop a disc in. I'm actually kind of hoping this is broke, otherwise I can't really show this off. So we've got the Ice Cube CD. Let's pop that in. Let's press play. Okay, so it isn't playing. Oh, hang on, no, it's read the disc. 16 tracks. Okay. See, it isn't playing the track, is it? Just pop some headphones in, see if it's making any. I can hear it whirring away. But yeah, it's not playing the track, is it? Okay. Oh, there you go, it was definitely spinning. So I'm wondering whether it's just a dirty lens, because obviously the lens, whilst it's under the cover, it's quite exposed. You know, if you were to put your finger on that as you were putting the disc in or taking a disc out, it's not going to take much for that to become dirty. I'm hoping that it is just that, because if it's the lens is gone, I'm not sure how easy it would be to get a replacement. Let's try that first. Let's try cleaning it up a little bit and see if it works. So I'm just going to clean it with some isopropyl alcohol. And just very gently just go over the lens. Okay, let that dry. It would be incredible if it was as easy as that. Okay, let's pop the disc back in. Let's see if that behaves any differently now. It's read the disc. Track 1. No, still the same. So it's kind of just flickering, isn't it? The time on the track. See if I can actually hear anything. And now there's nothing. Okay, so I suppose that makes it more interesting. It would have been quite a boring video if I just cleaned the lens and it started to work. Okay, so let's try and take it apart. Let's take the disc out. Let's pop the batteries out. Now I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws there. I don't think it's going to be that simple. Got nothing on the back, so maybe it is. Grab my screwdriver and let's take those 5 screws out. They just look like Phillips screws. In fact, before I do that, let's get the blue mat. Okay, so let's take these screws out. Now, when I purchased this, the seller was, it looked like a genuine seller, you know, it looked like someone who was just selling off all the household stuff. So it doesn't look like anyone's been inside this before, which is good. Because that means I'm going to be the first one to break it. Okay, that part came off quite easily. Lovely and clean. Very, very clean. You can see the corrosion just there. There's only a tiny bit, but I'll obviously clean that up. Doesn't look like it's spread anywhere else. I mean, everything looks perfect. I suppose the problem of buying something that's in this good condition and is this clean is that it's not going to be, you know, it's not going to be corrosion necessarily. I mean, everything on the board looks fine as well. I'm going to have a close look at it just to see if, you know, I don't think anything will look. It's going to be the laser, isn't it? I wonder whether you can actually buy replacement assemblies. Let's take this ribbon cable out. How does it work? Like that. That was nice. So that looks fine in there as well. I mean, I can grease. Yeah, this is bone dry. I don't know whether. I presume that's supposed to have some grease on it. Doesn't particularly travel nicely on there either. But maybe it's not supposed to do that. So I will grease that up, see if that helps it. There is what looks like is that a potentiometer there? Don't know what that thing is. It's possible. I think it is. I might be able to change the values of the laser. I don't want to be messing about with that unnecessarily. So first thing I'm going to try is I'm going to grease this up, and then I'll put it back together See if that's made any difference to it. I don't think it will, but it's got to be worth a try. So I'm just going to use some silicone grease. I'm not sure whether this is the right thing to use, but it's all I've really got. I'm sure someone in the comments will tell me if there's something better to use. Seems to move a little bit nicer on there now. Still making that noise, but I'm guessing that's normal. So before we go any further, let's pop the ribbon cable back in and let's just see what it's doing now. Okay, so it's read the disc. Is it going to play? No. I can hear the laser trying to read it. Okay, so it's still doing the same thing. Let's try that without the disc in. So you can see the laser going up and down. So it all seems to be working okay. It's all pointing to me to the laser being burnt out. So I'm going to have a look on eBay, see how much they are, or if they're available for that matter. I'm not going to give up on it. I'll have a play around with the potentiometer, I think. Right, so we're just going to take an ohms reading just to see what the starting point is before I adjust this potentiometer. 0.513. 0.513. So I'll write that down and I'm going to make teeny tiny adjustments and see if I can find the sweet spot. And back to where I started. Ooh. That looks promising. Track 1. Track 2. Track 3. Come on. Track 4. Oh, yes. That's it. All 12 tracks. Oh, yes. Get in there. Right, I can't even remember what that one was. I'll have to look back at the recording. Right, that's excellent. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it back together properly. I'm just going to clean the corrosion away from the battery terminal. Just give it a quick clean on the front. And then I'll have to test it fully. I'm going to have to play a full album, I guess. Obviously, I'm not going to make you endure that. But once I've done all that, we'll come back to this. Excellent. Get in. There we go, all clean. I mean, to be fair, it was really clean to start with. Anyway, and it's come up really nice. I'm still massively impressed that I picked this up for 99p. I think it's an absolute bargain, and now it's working, which is superb. So it looks like it was 0.7 was the final reading, 0.7 ohms. So what's that? That's an increase because we started at 0.5. One was it? It's about 40%, I think, which is quite an increase, I think. But hopefully the laser's not going to burn out. Hopefully I will get, some good play out of this, because I'm definitely going to use this because it is so amazingly retro that it hurts. So let's just listen to it working one final time. I have played through the entire album off camera, and it plays every single second of every single track. Certainly on this disc, anyway. You need batteries, Steve. Let's try it again with batteries this time. So there we go, hopefully you can hear that working. Obviously don't want to get a copyright strike, but I'm guessing at that volume I'm not going to. Right, let's stop that. So yeah, I'm absolutely made up with that. It was a real success. That it was a nice easy one really in the end. I mean, we did have some corrosion on the battery terminals, but it did still power on, so I've cleaned all that up. The potentiometer, the laser must be, it's old, I don't even know what year this is, but it's got to be getting on for 25, 30 years old maybe. So the laser's just not as strong as it used to be. And I wonder how many of these have been thrown away just because, they don't play the first 3 or 4 tracks. It's quite criminal, really. I did have a look online. It's difficult to get hold of this particular laser assembly. I think it is in some other Walkman Discmans, so it's not just for the sports version. You can pick it up in probably some cheaper versions. So if you can pick one of those up in decent condition that's working, you could switch this out. It's a DAX01 laser assembly, and I think the DAX11, from doing some research, is the same assembly with the same connectors. So if you do need to switch it out, then it looks like it's relatively easy to do. It just looks awesome. So anyway, enough waffle. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Adios. So I'm just going to connect with